Breakups are a blessing. Yes, you heard right. And they can be extremely painful. And often they don't get to become a blessing because we avoid our pain. Stick with me here. By the end of this video, you are going to really understand how and why breakups can be a blessing for you. And most of us have been there, of course. I'm going to share with you 5 powerful pieces of wisdom that were shared with me that completely transformed my life. Let's get into these 5 pieces of advice. Number 1, release what was never yours to hold. Sometimes we carry the burdens, the insecurities, the pain, the trauma, the projections of our partners and of that relationship. We blame ourselves, we shame ourselves, and we don't let that go. And even worse, we don't even want to feel that. You need to feel that, but make sure that it's not yours. Create a distinction between what is yours and what is someone else's. Choose forgiveness for 3 of you, your partner, and the relationship itself. Don't blame yourself for it not working out. Now, forgiveness is an inside job. You don't need your partner to complete this process. And in order to truly forgive, we must feel. You have to move that anger through your body. Whatever you're feeling internally needs to animate externally, but not projected to someone else. That was one of the mistakes I made. I would project it to someone else. Now, you can be witnessed in this powerful process, but you cannot project that on your ex-partner. Things won't go well there. Do not rush closure. We've all been there. We all want a final conversation, and then we want a final conversation, and then another conversation. The closure never ends. Closure, again, is an inside job. One of the greatest ways you can actually sit with closure is by sitting with your feelings, is by giving yourself space away from the relationship and away from the person. Not because they're bad or they've done something wrong or they've hurt you, and sometimes that happens, but more importantly, because you need space away from what's familiar to gain a deeper perspective. This is where you're going to require discipline and compassionate support from others. So surround yourself with people that can really see you and hear you. Love doesn't leave. It transforms. We get scared that once we've touched love and now it's not there in the same way that it was, we're never going to experience it again. Love teaches us. It becomes part of us. It shapes us. It prepares us for future connections. But we have to allow the love that was to really be with us, to share that. We have to experience the gratitude in really profound and deep ways. And we have to allow ourselves to feel the grief of all that was and the loss that is present now. And finally, your worth is not diminished by the breakup. Just because the relationship has ended, it doesn't mean you are unworthy of love. That is a mistake I have made in my past so many times, and honestly, it's not true. Sometimes relationships need to end. But here's the kicker. If you don't choose to grow and learn from the relationship, then the ending is almost futile, because you're going to take the same patterns and the same pain and the same fears into the next relationship. You're going to take yourself wherever you are, right? If you're choosing not to change. That's why we need space from breakups, and we need to be surrounded with people that care for us, that can support us through these transitions. Leaning into maladaptive habits such as taking drugs or excessive use of alcohol or throwing yourself into work, if you're not deliberately distracting, if you're unconsciously distracting, that's going to be problematic for you, because you're never going to have a chance to actually process the relationship. Remember, breakups are not the end. They're the beginning of something really beautiful if you allow them to be.